Life can change in a hurry. There are certain events that spin your head around and turn your life upside down. They are the "where were you when that happened" moments. My name is Tom Miller, and I'm having a blast as pastor of Central Assembly in Superior, Wisconsin. This is Fuel for the Fire, volume 725. It's called 38 Minutes. The routine has a way of lulling us to sleep. We go to work, we come home, week bleeds into week and year into year until suddenly it all changes. Imagine how the perspective of the people in Hawaii changed suddenly last week when alerts were issued via mobile phone, television, and radio at about 8:07 a.m. local time saying, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill." The mistaken warnings were rescinded 38 minutes later, but given the heightened tension with rogue nations like Iran and North Korea, imagine what that 38 minutes was like. News reports show people scrambling for safety and parents putting children into storm sewers in a desperate attempt to protect them. It reminds us how quickly everything can change and how quickly the routine can be interrupted. What you saw as so important moments earlier can suddenly be deemed irrelevant and insignificant. What would you do if you knew you only had 38 minutes? What would be most important to you? What would you gather? What would you run to save in your last 38 minutes? The Bible talks about the day the rapture will occur, a catching away of the believers on earth, only there will be no 38-minute warning. It will happen in the twinkling of an eye. "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord." Suddenly, everything will change, and what we thought was important will be reduced to inconsequential in an instant. There will be no scrambling for safety and no 38 minutes to prioritize. The time to prepare for this event is now. It's one of those events you think will never happen until it does. The wise are ready now. The foolish will be caught unaware. No one ever thought Pearl Harbor would be bombed. No one could imagine the Twin Towers crumbling down. 38 minutes could have saved lives in those "where were you when" moments. Where will you be when the rapture happens? It could happen tomorrow. It could happen tonight. It could happen in 38 minutes. That's the way I see it. And that's a little fuel for the fire. And remember, I love you guys.